I couldn't sleep awake last night. No point in turning off the lights. Not the same without your head on my shoulders. Growing pains, but I don't wanna get older. Almost like we left it all already. Couple feelings never laid to rest. Didn't know that the party was over. And it's true that I need you here closer. Burning photos, how to learn to let go of I used to be somebody in another skin. I heard that you're happy without me, and I hope it's true. It kills me a little, that's okay, 'cause I die for you. You know I'd still die for you. I hope you're getting everything you needed. Found the puzzle piece and feel completed. Just wanted you to know every reason. Hope you really know that I mean that I couldn't see the forest from the trees. Only time we speak is in my dreams. Burning photos, how to learn to let go of I used to be somebody in another skin. I heard that you're happy without me, and I hope it's true. It kills me a little, that's okay, 'cause I die for you. You know I'd still die for you.
Well, imagine seeing your husband, brother, or father brutally killed by religious fanatics.
They proceeded to slaughter 41 people, including 37 children.
The government took her to the detention center and tortured her, and she was bleeding.
A Hindu mob paraded naked two Christian women.
A dark heart, I'll grab my light.
Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me.
While the horrible video led to worldwide outrage, some families are happy that the martyrs kept their faith.
You will be hated by everyone because of me. But the one who stands firm to the end will be safe. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. Never will I leave you. Never will I forsake you. Stand firm, and you will win life.
Authorities arrested and marched 20 Japanese Christians with 6 foreign missionaries hundreds of miles from Kyoto until they arrived here, where 26 crosses were already waiting for them. One account tells us of a Christian boy who, upon arriving, told his captors, "Show me my cross."
And you have no doubts at all?
And do not die for things they done.
Waiting, sir.
Waiting for what?
Private Josh to finish praying for us, sir.
Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. that you may be children of your Father in heaven. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that?
Before the revolution in 1914, there were about 70,000 representatives of the clergy in Russia. But by the end of 1937, only 100 remained alive and free.
The Jewish Bolshevik regime deliberately mechanized 3 series of genocidal man-made famines. Christians, priests, and the most attractive youth, and all non-Jewish intellectuals were the first to be exterminated. In years to come, Stalin's crime against humanity would make Lenin's threat to terror crumble in comparison.
If you find yourself in a lion's den,
I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. What then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For we know that since Christ was raised from the dead, he cannot die again. Death no longer has mastery over him. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. For just as we share abundantly in the sufferings of Christ, so also our comfort abounds through Christ. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produces in you patient endurance of the same sufferings.
As I silently rub the drops of blood on the wood, I can only find the right words when I think of that merciful and just God who is so far away, and yet so close.
In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood.
If you're a Christian man, listen closely. You must be dangerous, a threat to every lie, every force that dares to rise against the truth of Christ. Look around. Over 2 billion claim the name of Christ. But how many of us are willing to stand when our faith is mocked, when truth is challenged, the churches are replaced, when the name of our Lord is dragged through the mud? Where's the spine? Where are the men who will speak when the world spits in the face of our King? They desecrate what's holy. They mock the sacred. Should they not have a look at us and fear? Let me tell you something. Without strength, your goodness is worthless. A man who poses no threat to the enemy is not a virtue to the Lord. He's a liability. And if that stings, good, it should. Do you really think evil backs down just because a man loves God? No, it doesn't back down just because you sing worship songs on Sunday. It laughs at men who talk about love, but lack the guts to defend it. And if men won't protect truth, if he won't guard what is sacred, then the faithless will overrun us. Conversion will come, not because their argument is better, but because we were too docile to resist. Evil thrives where men stay passive. The enemy longs for a faith filled with such men, obedient yet harmless, devoted yet silent, because without strength, even devotion loses weight. Just look at Europe, once rich in Christian roots, now overrun by those who serve another master. They preach against Christ, persecute his followers. And it all began when they failed to guard what they let in. It is the ultimate cautionary tale to never compromise your faith. They saw the Christians and saw no threat. That's all. Remember, Jesus wasn't soft. He was wise. He cast out demons. He rebuked leaders. He flipped tables. He was gentle with the broken, but ruthless with evil, and didn't come to please the world. He came to conquer it. And your heavenly Father, he's not tamed. He's a consuming fire, a righteous judge, the Lion and the Lamb. And you, man of God, were called to have that balance, not one or the other. There should be nothing about you that is harmless, not to sin, not to lies, not to the world. Christ demands ultimate loyalty, which means if someone mocks the gospel, distorts truth, or invades the holy, you must have the spine and conviction to rise against it. You don't get to be weak and still claim to serve the king. That's not humility. Be the man with the spine. We must not decrease in number, nor succumb to the noise and rising power of the faithless who serve another master. Because the truth is, if you won't fight for your faith, you'll lose it. The world doesn't need more passive men pretending to follow Jesus. It needs men who are powerful and dangerous, who will go to any length to preserve his name. Be gentle enough to love, strong enough to lead, dangerous enough to destroy evil. Your father is your honor, your ego. His land was not meant for enemies to thrive on. You come from a sacred bloodline, the spiritual lineage of Christ, the Son of God, the Lamb who was slain, the one whose blood you owe your life to. So protect it, protect the lineage, protect the truth. Don't forget whose you are and who saved you. Let no foolish man drag our faith into decay. Let no coward distort what generations bled to defend. And let the world know who you believe in, the God of the Bible, the Holy One, the consuming fire, the risen King. You are not just a man. You are the will of the heaven.
Hello. What's up? Cyber leader, what's up, Cyber? Have you seen the Rubio speech going around? No. Is it good? The thing is Rubio is completely in the pocket of another country that we can't talk about on air. So I don't really care what he says. He can't be president, so neither can JD. I mean, we can watch it. Open up with that. I mean, once this happens, this guy needs to fuck off. Our landlord annoys the fuck out of me. This guy never calls before he sends people here to do stuff. I'm like, bro, you have to call beforehand. You can't just send people here. I mean, we can watch it. What do we got? Forgive me, no salvation. Is that the whole thing? 30 minutes? Or is it longer? Is this the whole thing? oddly positive. What should it be positive about? We're ruled, and our entire leadership of our country and most of the free world is all satanic pedophiles that murder and eat children. Like, what should it be positive about, brother? There's nothing to be positive about. And then people like Rubio and all these motherfuckers are just covering it up. Like, I'm sure he's going to hit all the talking points. He's going to come off really based. But at the end of the day, this guy takes millions of dollars from, you know, private Israel donors. He's in the Epstein files, literally being, like, Steve Bannon is basically, like, I mean, it's in the files, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, hang on one second. It's hard for me. Let me try to find this. I mean, so this is an email. Somebody corroborated this is an email for Marco Rubio, sending it to Epstein, telling him he loves him. Just weird shit. There was another one where Epstein had God, I gotta find this shit. I don't know if this is legit or not. Yeah, he's in here. There's a whole email circulating about him basically being on board with Team Israel and getting like a big money on the side. So I don't know. I don't trust any of them. I don't trust Rubio. I don't trust Vance. I definitely don't trust Trump. I mean, although we'll see what happens. The rumor mill is that the rumor mill is that Trump is just an idiot, which is true. He is a fucking idiot. The rumor mill is that he's just a moron and he didn't realize that all of his cabinet members were lying to him about their involvement in the files. So, like Lutnick, though, apparently he believed Lutnick and did not think he was actually in there. And it's like, what do you mean? He literally lived next to the guy. Like, there's tons of emails of him in there. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We gather here today as members of a historic alliance, an alliance that saved and changed the world. You know, when this conference began in 1963, it was in a nation, actually it was on a continent, that was divided against itself. The line between communism and freedom ran through the heart of Germany. The first barbed fences of the Berlin Wall had gone up just 2 years prior. And just months before that first conference, before our predecessors first met here in Munich, the Cuban Missile Crisis had brought the world to the brink of nuclear destruction.
I'll put the hat on just for today, boys.
Even as World War II still burned fresh in the memory of Americans and Europeans alike, we found ourselves staring down the barrel of a new global catastrophe. One with the potential for a new kind of destruction, more apocalyptic and final than anything before in the history of mankind. The time of that first gathering, Soviet communism was on the march. Thousands of years of Western civilization hung in the balance. At that point, the two came down, and with it, an evil empire. And the East and West became one again. But the euphoria of this triumph led us to a dangerous delusion that we had entered, quote, the end of history, that every nation would now be a liberal democracy, that the ties formed by trade and by commerce alone would now replace nationhood, that the rules-based global order, an overused term, would now replace the national interest, and that we would now live in a world without borders where everyone became a citizen of the world.
Yeah, I know communism needs to be opposed. I'm a Christian. There's no group of people that communism oppresses more than Christians. Why do you think the left hates Christianity so much?
This was a foolish idea that ignored both human nature and it ignored the lessons of over 5,000 years of recorded human history. And it has cost us dearly. In this delusion, we embraced a dogmatic vision of free and unfettered trade, even as some nations protected their economies and subsidized their companies to systematically undercut ours, shuttering our plants, resulting in large parts of our societies being deindustrialized, shipping millions of working and middle-class jobs overseas, and handing control of our critical supply chains to both adversaries and rivals. We increasingly outsourced our sovereignty to international institutions while many nations invested in massive welfare states at the cost of maintaining the ability to defend themselves. This, even as other countries have invested in the most rapid military buildup in all of human history and have not hesitated to use hard power to pursue their own interests. To appease a climate cult, we have imposed energy policies on ourselves that are impoverishing our people, even as our competitors exploit oil and coal and natural gas and anything else, not just to power their economies, but to use as leverage against our own. And in a pursuit of a world without borders, we opened our doors to an unprecedented wave of mass migration that threatens the cohesion of our societies, the continuity of our culture, and the future of our people. We made these mistakes together. And now, together, we owe it to our people to face those facts and to move forward, to rebuild. Under President Trump, the United States of America will once again take on the task of renewal and restoration, driven by a vision of a future as proud, as sovereign, and as vital as our civilization's past. And while we are prepared, if necessary, to do this alone, it is our preference and it is our hope to do this together with you, our friends here in Europe. We are part of one civilization, Western civilization. We are bound to one another by the deepest bonds that nations could share, forged by centuries of shared history, Christian faith, culture, heritage.
Free healthcare for the military protection? In what way? They only have free healthcare because their protection is subsidized. And the thing is, it's not just military. A lot of European countries are completely subsidized by the United States. I don't think people really understand that a lot of these countries cannot actually exist on their own, and we prop up their economies. Canada is a prime example. There's a bunch of them. A lot of the Norwegian states are completely propped up by Western money. It's just, I don't know. They can have what they have because American taxpayers prop up their economies.
Language, ancestry, and the sacrifices our forefathers made together for the common civilization to which we have fallen heir. And so this is why we Americans may sometimes come off as a little direct and urgent in our counsel. This is why President Trump demands seriousness and reciprocity from our friends here in Europe. The reason why, my friends, is because we care deeply. We care deeply about your future and ours. And if at times we disagree, our disagreements come from our profound sense of concern about a Europe with which we are connected, not just economically, not just militarily. We are connected spiritually, and we are connected culturally. We want Europe to be strong. We believe that Europe must survive. Because the two great wars of the last century served for us as history's constant reminder that ultimately our destiny is and will always be intertwined with yours. Because
I mean, it's a good speech. I don't know. It's kind of boring and dry. I mean, that's Marco Rubio. He's really boring and dry. I don't really care about this speech, I'm gonna be honest. We'll watch a little bit more. I don't really care. At the end of the day, I can't take anything he says seriously because he's corrupt. So
because we know stones. And this is the place where the vaulted ceilings of the Sistine Chapel and the towering spires of the great cathedral in Cologne, they testify not just to the greatness of our past or to a faith in God that inspired these marvels. They foreshadow the wonders that await us in our future. But only if we are unapologetic in our heritage and proud of this common inheritance can we together begin the work of envisioning and shaping our economic and our political future. Deindustrialization was not inevitable. It was a conscious policy choice, a decades-long economic undertaking that stripped our nations of their wealth, of their productive capacity, and of their independence. And the loss of our supply chain sovereignty was not a function of a prosperous and healthy system of global trade. It was foolish. It was a foolish but voluntary transformation of our economy that left us dependent on others for our needs and dangerously vulnerable to crisis. Mass migration isn't some fringe concern of little consequence. It was and continues to be a crisis which is transforming and destabilizing.
It's not distrust. I don't doubt that he means what he's saying, but at the end of the day, there's an underlying issue that needs to be addressed. Like, who do you serve? That's all I want to know. And if you do serve the American people, then you need to stop taking money from foreign entities.
Societies all across the West. Together, we can reindustrialize our economies and rebuild our capacity to defend our people. But the work of this new alliance, it has no answers and has played virtually no role. It could not solve the war in Gaza. Instead, it was a era. Let it be known and clear to all that this is neither our goal nor our wish. Because for us Americans,
I'll be right back.
Our home may be in the Western Hemisphere, but we will always be a child of Europe. Our story began with an Italian explorer whose adventure into the great unknown to discover a new world brought Christianity to the Americas and became the legend that defined the imagination of our pioneer nation. Our first colonies were built by English settlers, to whom we owe not just the language we speak, but the whole of our political and legal system. Our frontiers were shaped by Scots-Irish, that proud, hardy clan from the hills of Ulster that gave us Davy Crockett and Mark Twain and Teddy Roosevelt and Neil Armstrong. Our great Midwestern heartland was built by German farmers and craftsmen who transformed empty plains into a global agricultural powerhouse. And by the way, dramatically upgraded the quality of American beer. Our expansion into the interior followed the footsteps of French fur traders and explorers whose names, by the way, still adorn the street signs and town names all across the Mississippi Valley. Our horses, our ranches, our rodeos, the entire romance of the cowboy archetype that became synonymous with the American West. These were born in Spain. And our largest and most iconic city was named New Amsterdam before it was named New York. And you know that in the year that my country was founded, Lorenzo and Catalina Giraldi lived in Casal Monferrato in the Kingdom of Piedmont, Sardinia. And Jose and Manuela Reina lived in Sevilla, Spain. I don't know what, if anything, they knew about the 13 colonies which had gained their independence from the British Empire. But here's what I'm certain of. They could have never imagined that 250 years later, one of their direct descendants would be back here today on this continent as the chief diplomat of that infant nation. And yet here I am, reminded by my own story that both our histories and our fates will always be linked. Together, we rebuilt a shattered continent in the wake of 2 devastating world wars. When we found ourselves divided once again by the Iron Curtain, the Free West linked arms with the courageous dissidents struggling against tyranny in the East to defeat Soviet communism. We have fought against each other, then reconciled, then fought, then reconciled again. And we have bled and died side by side on battlefields, from Kapyong to Kandahar. And I'm here today to leave it clear that America is charting the path for a new century of prosperity, and that once again, we want to do it together with you, our cherished allies and our oldest friends. We want to do it together with you, with a Europe that is proud of its heritage and of its history, with a Europe that has the spirit of creation and liberty that sent ships out into uncharted seas and birthed our civilization, with a Europe that has the means to defend itself and the will to survive. We should be proud of what we achieved together in the last century, but now we must confront and embrace the opportunities of a new one. Because yesterday is over. The future is inevitable. And our destiny together awaits. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, I'm not sure you heard the sigh of relief through this hall when we were just listening to what I would interpret as a message of reassurance, of partnership. You spoke of intertwined relations between the United
God, dude, Europeans, like, they speak so fucking retarded. Metatron. Oh, where are we at? Okay, you know what? Stuff. Well, he is doing. He is playing for president. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he? He's run like the last 2 times. Of course he's running for president. Of course he is. He's Secretary of State. He's yeah, it's like 3rd highest official in the executive branch. Of course he's gonna run for president, right? JD and Rubio look like the next ticket? Nah, absolutely not. That'd be horrible.
Ms. Kip blocked me. Oh, golly goo. The abuse victim blocked me, guys.
Emmy was also violent.
I don't know, man. To me, I just think like, your normal like right-wing YouTubers are gonna not take the Epstein files very seriously. I take them very seriously, especially as a Christian. I think it's like we're literally being run by satanic people. I think JD and Ruby are gonna run. Well, of course they are. That's what a primary is. Yes. Traditionally, many Republicans run against each other. I'm sure Ted Cruz is going to try to become president again, which is hilarious. I'm sure he's going to try to. The only thing that might be surprising is, like, I have a sneaking suspicion that there'll be 2 or 3 surprise candidates for 2028 for the Republican primary, but for the most part, you're going to have the same group. It's going to be Ron DeSantis, you're going to have JD, you're going to have Rubio. You might even have Steve Miller in there. You're going to have Ted Cruz running. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeb Bush returns out of retirement to try to run again. Like, let's return back to the neocon order. be the strongest ticket. I mean, the only person I would feel comfortable voting for Republican is probably Massey, but yeah, that's not like a great option either. But like, I mean, at least I know Massey's not implicit in Israeli crimes and child trafficking and all this other nonsense I don't want to fucking even think about half the time because it's so disgusting. And then everybody's kind of like already goldfishing. This is the problem with the internet. This is the problem with content creators is they goldfish. And also there's a lot of them that just like don't even want to read what's in the files, or they want to read specific things. Like I said, it's very clear from, we could trick Brandon Herrera into it. I don't think so. Nah, it's very clear from the Epstein files, like in emails. It's not like uncorroborated stuff. It's literally emails back and forth with Epstein and Steve Bannon, because Steve Bannon is Epstein's little bitch. It's very clear that Rubio is also complicit, right? Bannon went to him secretly on behalf of Epstein according to the email, went on his behalf. Epstein told him to go talk to him and get him on board, and he agreed. So, and that was like 2018, guys. That was not that long ago. That was like 2017. That was right before he got arrested. That is not very long ago. So, as far as I'm concerned, until proof otherwise, like Marco Rubio is just as complicit. And then JD Vance has incredibly tight ties to Peter Thiel, who I don't trust at all, and you shouldn't trust either. So Peter Thiel definitely has very ulterior motives. So yeah, I don't trust JD. I don't trust Rubio. I definitely don't trust Stephen Miller. I mean, Stephen Miller's 100% like basically pro-Israel, completely on board. I think like if Republicans are smart, which they're not smart. Okay, they're gonna lose the midterms. Like that's a given. They're not gonna win the midterms. They're gonna lose the House. They're gonna lose the Senate in the midterms. That's just guaranteed. It's gonna happen. I think it's already too locked in at this point. I don't think they can save themselves. They can save themselves in 2028 by running Thomas Massey. The guy who overreacted to One Punch Man was not overreacted to. It was absolutely horrendous. It was embarrassingly bad. And the people who worked on it should be ashamed of themselves.
She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
Who is Mizkif? A lot of people are saying that. You just go on Twitter and you find out all about who he is, especially in this video. Uh-oh, look what I got. I'm gonna keep it right here.
Hello, usual suspects.
He's gonna have PTSD, like Frogan. That way he can't react to this video. I'll keep them right there. Is he to sue me now? He sues everybody else. He tries to distract you away from the bad shit he's done. You wanna know what Mizkif has done, guys?
He started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. Then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And, I screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, like.
No Sunday kick-ass anime stream? No, because like 2 people showed up and the kick quality is terrible. I looked at the quality of the stream afterwards and it was awful. It was so pixelated and blurry. I was like, I'm never doing this again on Kick. Kick's a terrible website. I've only seen 1 season of One Punch Man. I liked, yeah, because the first season of One Punch Man was like actually like a massive like cultural moment. You had like every top animator in the country working on one project purely out of love. Yes. Go watch season 2 and season 3 and you'll understand. fucking yeah, just go watch it. it's fucking bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have to think of something else. Maybe once I get like the Discord up, if I have time to do that. I don't have time to do that, but if I do have time to do that and make time to do that, then we'll do like Sunday anime stuff through the Discord and just have everybody hang out, and then it was fun for what it's worth. Of course it's fun, because watching anime is fun and we can make it fun. The problem is like, I thought the kick quality was terrible, and then like 2 people showed up. Like, it was like you and like one other, you and Blast. I was like, yeah, or no, 3 people, so which is fine. But I guess I'm still a small percentage that like season 3. I don't know how you liked season 3, Bupello. I don't know. They didn't even, like, it's not even canon. They made shit up. It wasn't even canon. I don't know. But hey, you know, whatever. If you liked it, you liked it. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, by the way, like, let's just preface this too. Emeru is probably full of shit. Like I said, I never believe all women and don't believe all men unless there's evidence of anything. I really hate this game that we play where, like, oh, because this person's politically aligned with me or culturally aligned with me, that I'll listen to them and believe them. But because this person isn't, I don't believe them. People are just stupid.
And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said,
this is more
I feel
him
weird
beefing
now.
with
I
Ms.
feel
Kiff.
like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around us, or like, you know.
No, it's crazy how people act like something so insignificant that happens all the time to people all the time is actually like such a big deal. They didn't actually have sex. They didn't even engage sexually at all. Like, he attempted to. She said she freaked out, ran off crying, and then it ended there. He didn't chase her down and fucking hold her down and rape her. Like, nothing happened. Like, so it's so silly, man, how much, like, this is why you just don't make your life public like this.
Making things weird for viewers.
And you
I know
don't
that
date
probably sounds
streamers.
Crazy, but like, I just felt this pressure.
You gotta remember, this is a 30-year-old chick that it still thinks she's like 12 years old and still acts 12 years old.
Uh-oh! Somebody's in trouble. Somebody is trying to distract everybody from what he's going through, so he's getting himself involved in every bit of drama. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! What's going on here? Oh!
Abusing you on Valentine's
Oh!
Day.
Oh no! Oh God! You're abusing me! Stop! You're abusing. Oh shit! Stop! You're
Yeah, I can't believe he said. I can't believe he said
Stop. The internet
plushies being thrown
hates
at him
me.
were abuse.
Why are you abusing me? Oh, not the Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh no! Stop! Stop! Oh God! You're raping me. You're assaulting me. I'm gonna go punch a wall after this. So if you
I'm gonna try to. By the way, if it seems like I'm really low energy, it's because like, my landlord is really annoying, and I get really annoyed when people show up in my house, and like just enter my house, my apartment. He just sends people here to do things, and he doesn't communicate at all, and it really annoys the fuck out of me. So yeah, that's the day I had today. Just people just randomly showing up, which is like, it's fine. Like, just say something that like, hey, these guys are coming to do something here. Like, oh, okay. No, instead it's no comment, no nothing. They just like show up, and I'm just like, well, you know, I have like stuff out, and like it's a little bit of a mess right now. Like, it's just annoying shit. Like, I don't like, yeah, no 24-hour notice, no nothing. Didn't even text me. Still hasn't texted me. I told him to fuck off, but
don't know why I am currently attacking Ms. Kiff. It's simply because of this right here.
By the way, another Tectone friend, by the way. Another Tectone friend. It's crazy. What the dude, what has been happening this past like month with just all these pedophile weirdos?
Where's the proof? Where is the proof that Nicholas Light, Tectone, Chibi Reviews, or anybody you're calling a pedophile is a pedophile? Oh wait, could it be the drawings? Could it be drawings? Maybe that's why he's calling us pedophiles, guys. Chibi Reviews is a pedophile. It's because he likes drawings. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. You know, one of my friends in the past that was a girl, her uncle used to touch her when she was a little girl. That was a pedophile. Wait until I tell her the story about Chibi Reviews posting underage anime drawings. She might be able to relate. She might want him locked up just like her uncle. You know,
yeah, it's nonsensical, but to be fair, Chibi really does lean into like posting like NTR and like really cringe like incest stuff with like children way too much. Like, he posts it way too much, man. There's like a limit, man. Like, you can like lollies, that's fine, but like, bro, this guy literally posts like 6 times a day of like just straight out like sexual shit. Yeah, I don't know.
The pastor in my school that wanted to touch me when I was a child, I put Chibi Reviews right up there with that guy. You know, that pastor wanted to touch little kids in school. Chibi Reviews is no different. He likes drawings. He likes drawings of little anime girls, guys. He's a pedophile.
We gotta watch this today. We gotta watch this. This dude's a fucking weirdo. That's a start.
You know what, man? If you want to call him a weirdo, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to call him a weirdo. I think it's fine to think somebody is a weirdo for their hobbies and interests. I think that's totally valid. I completely understand that that's the take that he had. But previously to calling him a weirdo, he called him a pedophile. He called him a pedophile. Now, if Chibi Reviews was caught being a pedophile and jerking off to real-life children and shit, I'd be on Ms. Kip's side. But that's not the case. No, the case is Chibi Reviews is a pedo because of drawings, guys. So because you watch Mushoku Tensei, you're a pedophile. Did you guys know that? Guys, W in the chat. W in the chat if you're a Mushoku Tensei pedophile. If you like Dragon Ball, you're a fucking pedophile. And you know why? Because Master Roshi's over here sexually assaulting Bulma. You're a pedophile. You know, I once knew a girl that was raped by a man on her way home from school. By a pedophile, by the way. She was like 12 years old. I think I was like 13 years old. She was walking home from school one day, and she got raped by a real man. By a man that was probably in his 40s. That's what a pedophile is. That's what a rapist is. We don't use these words for people that are into anime and fucking drawings. We don't do that because then we lower the severity of these words. You know, every day, you know, I'm called a Nazi, I'm called a pedophile, I'm called a rapist, I'm called all of these words. It's like when I was a kid, I want to call people stupid. I want to call people retarded. Nowadays, you're called a rapist, you're called a Nazi, you're called a pedo. These words don't mean anything anymore, and that's fucking sickening.
Forge PC, I'm pretty sure. But this dude's a fucking weirdo.
All right.
Freak of nature.
All right.
It's so fucking sad. No, it's not. It's fucking hilarious.
All right. You know what? If you want to dunk on him for what he's been through, go ahead. Go ahead. That might be a controversial take, but go right the fuck on ahead. But the second you call somebody a pedophile, that's when I have something to say.
He tweeted, I lost my fiance. So if you guys don't know who this guy is.
The thing is, it's like, this is just another example of the exact thing that I constantly talk about. Everybody criticizes me for saying. It's just like, you live like a degenerate. The rapper React is going hard in the paint. You live like a fucking degen. Like guys, like here's the thing here's the reality of the chibi stuff. Like, it's sad, it's horrible, but you don't know the full story. I don't know, like, why would his girlfriend cheat? Why would his fiance cheat on him? Why would his friend base leave him? Right? These are questions that I ask because it's like, okay, which I shouldn't have to ask these questions, so I shouldn't even know about this shit because it shouldn't have been made public. I don't know, this whole thing's stupid. We're gonna move. I don't even want to touch this. I'm just gonna get in trouble. I don't even want to touch it. All right, we'll watch the UK thing. I do want to watch this. UK new party. Because this is big. This is actually big. Can I get the... I guess I should just look up if Rupert actually posted it. There we go. There's no way this is right. This is such a terrible quality video. If you don't know who Rupert Lowe is, he was on Tucker's. This is a very good interview. You should watch it. I already saw this coming. I could have told you this was coming. And there we go. We'll watch it through and then I'll comment after.
I have chosen to speak to you today from the farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about. Hard work, responsibility, effort, duty, stewardship. This is the England I know, and this is the England that I love. On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations, in what you leave behind to those who come after you. And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. I'm now going to dedicate my life to finding, organising, funding, and providing hundreds of qualified candidates to present to the British people at the next general election. This process has already started, with invitations being issued to patriots in aligned political parties, Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP, Advance, and more. In local politics, we will work in partnership with localised political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not be politicians, I promise you that. They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the past. They will be from business, from the military, from science, from medicine, from education, from industry, representing real communities up and down the country. Every single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment, and every single one will understand the difficult decisions that need to be taken. Because there are no easy fixes. I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now. What is necessary will be incredibly painful. But for the first time in a very long time, voters will have a genuine alternative which is truthful with them about the scale of what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more importantly, who stays in our country. Restore Britain will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it. Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported. The message will be unrelenting. If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed. For the foreseeable future, far more people must leave Britain than arrive. If a foreign national is unable to speak English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate, commits crime, or even actively hates our way of life and wishes to do us harm, then they must leave or be made to leave. Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children. That I promise you. If that means millions go, then millions go. We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants. We know that's simply not true. What we need is to get millions of healthy Brits back into work. A radical overhaul of how welfare is delivered. Protecting those in genuine need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It really is that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits. We will punish indolence, and more importantly, we will reward success. We will provide vast economic incentives for men and women to start businesses, generate opportunities, build wealth, and create self-sufficient families. Standing here today on the farm, I know exactly what it means to deal with energy bills, labour shortages, regulation, unproductive paperwork, planning restrictions, tax, and endless uncertainty. The state has definitively become the enemy of the people. Restore Britain will burn away suffocating taxes on work and enterprise. We will slash unnecessary regulation. We will dismantle bloated quangos and the overbearing HR culture. We must crush parasitic Britain. We will restore long-term, stable, logical policy so that businesses can plan and invest and grow again. But Restore Britain is about much more than numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about who we are as a nation and who we are as a people. Britain is not just an economy. Britain is not just an idea. Britain is not just a passport. Britain is a nation. Britain is a people, our people. And Restore Britain will never allow that to be erased. We will celebrate our Christian heritage and the identity that built and shaped this country. Responsibility, restraint, forgiveness, duty, and fairness. In short, a high-trust society. That will mean defending our culture. That will mean resisting the relentless creep of radical Islam. That will mean banning the burqa, outlawing Sharia law, blocking cousin marriages, and reimposing our Christian-based rule of law. A Restore Britain government would legislate to ensure that no halal or kosher slaughter on British soil. This is Britain, and we will do things our way. This political party now exists for one reason: to restore Britain, to make it a better, safer, and more prosperous place for British men and women to raise their families. It will be difficult, and it will be painful. But I assure you, it is possible. I hope you will consider joining me on this journey and becoming a member of our party. It is our country. It is now our collective responsibility to act. Together, we will restore Britain. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. 10% of the vote potential in one day. I think it's already probably there. Yeah. Real question is when they throw the people that cause the problem. Whichever, nah, it's forgiveness. Can't do that. But yeah, Rupert Lowe. Yeah, it's not gonna be a rug pull. Rupert Lowe is a real motherfucker, dude. He's a real motherfucker. So, yep. So UK potentially saved. It really depends on how coalitions form. But yeah, honestly, this is what we need in America. We need a new party. We need to break off from the Republicans. We need a new party really badly. Personally, that's how I feel. All right, what else we got? I want to react to Blue Puella's stuff on stream to help Blue Puella out. I can't spell your fucking name, Blue Puella. How the fuck do I spell your name? Blue Puella did another leaflet, a new video, new song. We'll react to this. I'm also gonna look up Blast's song too, because I said I would react to his stuff too. And yeah, so shout out to Blue Puella. Go support Blue Puella. Blue Puella is a regular in the stream every day. One of you guys making content. You gotta do your own lyrics.
They mistake me for a blog. Can compute, I oozing scoot. Run guild, just like a pro. Man, I feel like a receptionist, cause I never clock out late. The age of the VTubers. You can't tell me I ain't great. Her showdown got me super famous. Had my vibes on autoplay in sign form. Now it is time for me to switch it up and change the game. Leaflet, 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 leaflet. Admin gold asking who the fuck is leaflet. Leaflet, 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 leaflet. I got some good soba for leaflet. Leaflet, 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 leaflet. Carnera hybrid, you happy leaflet. I got super demons as leaflet.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, go check out Blue Puella. Blue Puella does AI music based on everybody, and then I forget. This is the problem. This is the problem. Blast is you gotta like fix your like username for your videos, because I can never find you. Let me try to find him real quick. Give me a minute without like doxing myself or revealing hidden information. He's like, it's like impossible to find his account. It's like his account's weird how it's set up. Oh god, am I gonna be able to find this? This is gonna be hard to find actually. He says he did a new video. It doesn't even come up in my subs, which is annoying. Oh, here we go. He has a new one, right? All right, we're gonna react to Blastbox, also a regular in the stream, makes AI music. You do this, do that, and yeah. So make sure you support them. Gotta support our regulars, boys. If you make content, any of you make content or anything you want promoted, let me know. I'll share it. It's not gonna make much of a difference because I'm a nobody and I get like 6 average viewers. But it's pretty much just you guys. But damn, Keen was in here before me. That's fucked up.
Fragile cells, firing 86 billion neurons, trying to make sense of a universe that never stops expanding. Look up, those lights above you. There are 1 × 10 to the power of 24 stars out there. 1,000,000 trillion suns, and you're standing on one pale blue dot, spinning at 108,000 kilometers an hour, held together by nothing but gravity and luck. Does it make you wonder? A spark of stardust, one heartbeat and 3 billion you'll ever get, drifting under galaxies that will burn for 10 quadrillion years. Tell me, where do you place yourself in all of this? What do you make of infinity when the universe is 93 billion light years wide?
Yeah, Blast likes to make like lyrics that have a story or a meaning, and he likes to, yeah, he's very good of making lyrics.
I'm asking you because I don't know either. You are 7 octillion atoms held in a shape that thinks, worries, dreams. Meanwhile, dark matter outmasses you by 5 to 1, and dark energy pulls the universe apart faster than you can breathe. There are 100 million neutrinos passing through your skin every second, silent, unseen, unbothered. Do you feel small yet? Does it terrify you? Does it free you? Moment of consciousness, born in a species only 300,000 years old, living on a world that's 4.5 billion years ancient, floating in a cosmos 13.8 billion years deep. Tell me, where do you fit in a story this big? What do you make of infinity when galaxies collide like cities made of stars, and your whole existence fits inside a single thought? What do you make of infinity when photon rivers move at light speed, and your footsteps barely disturb the dust? What do you make of infinity? I'm asking you because I'm still searching too.
Okay, that's enough. Blast, you still make your songs too long, man. Like, bro, you make every song you make, it has to be like 6 minutes long, man. Just make them like 3-minute songs. But yeah, they're good. Go support Blast. Banger. Blast makes, honestly, out of everybody who makes AI music, Wupas are like catchy little pop beats, but and even like Leaflet stuff is kind of mid. But like Blast is actually talented. It's just he needs people to notice him. he seems like he's been getting a little sad about it, so I want to make sure he gets some love. Blast did work on my song that's coming out. I'm doing the video, which I'm almost done. That'll get released soon, but Blast did do the music. And it came out really good in my opinion. I actually like the song. I listen to my own song all the time that he made. Like, I actually listen to it all the time. It's good. It takes time and luck. Yeah, I'm trying to explain that to him. I mean, I don't know what he, like. I feel like yesterday he was kind of weird. I feel like he was like upset at me or something because I like didn't watch his new video or something. I was like, bro, like, what do you want me to do? Like, man, I like got like, bro, like, I like, why do you? I know everybody's like really hyped about like the SCU stuff, but like I am the smallest creator involved, you know. I'm taking a short break from making songs. What do you use to make songs, Bupela? Bupela, you should talk to Blast. When you see Blast in chat, you should talk to him and you guys should work together on something. Like, you're good at, like, you're way better at advertising yourself than he is. Like, I told him, it's like, bro, you gotta make songs about like big creators and get them to react to it. That's the best way you're gonna get noticed, which is what you're doing, which is really smart. He's gotta do the same thing. He just hasn't figured that out yet. Starship Velociraptor? Yeah, isn't that what fucking, is that the weird shit that Skybrows used in his video? Nah, this is not for me. not for me. Listen guys, I don't, we're not gonna agree on music. We're just not. Sorry. All right, what else we got? Want to make animation music videos? I don't want to bother Skybrows. I'm gonna do it myself. I don't think he would, even if you asked him, to be honest. I think he's too busy for that. But that's what I'm saying. Like Blast does his own stuff, so like maybe you guys should work together. He could teach you some editing, and you guys can come up with something together. I don't know. What the hell is this? Christian techno? Jesus, what makes this Christian techno? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Now my feed is nothing but music. Great. Feel my track incoming? Yeah. I mean, I'll let you listen to a little bit of it. There's multiple versions. The version I'll let you listen to isn't the version that's going to be in the video. But yeah. Where is it? This one? Yeah, this one. Some of you already heard it. But yeah, I'll play like the first minute of it. I don't want to spoil the song. I'm almost done the video. It'll probably take me a few more days.
Voices pile up without direction. Opinions repeat louder with time.
This is like a remixed version of the original song.
Facts skewed into bad faith takes, noise layered on top of noise, circling each other without a break. Then one gold eye opens. He doesn't try to quiet the room. He listens for what keeps getting skipped. Patterns surface when no one's posing, and not every voice deserves the time. Rules drawn from single mistakes, stories stretched until they fit. If that's how true life worked, objectivity would be dead.
Alright, that's all you get. If you want to vocally feature him, I'll have to reach out to the other guy you mentioned. Well, that is my song. He already made me my song. But there's 3 versions, right? So they're going to be a stream intro, right? So I'm gonna play this. The video that I'm making to go with it will be the stream intro. I'm gonna release it as a video, and then hopefully it goes viral, and I get big and everybody likes it. And then there's an outro version that I also have a video planned for, but that one's going to take me a while. It's probably not going to be as intricate as the first one. I'll probably do something simpler, and that'll be like an ending stream. I'll also release that one, and then the one you just heard now is like a remixed version. That one is like way more like heavy and has like it's like faster pace. That's why I'm not letting you listen to the verse, right? I put a lot of effort into the video, so I'm hoping like it actually goes well, and then we can get some traction off of it. See, who said humanity's cruel? Look at this. You won't catch me out there saving this deer. No, actually, I probably would. And I have before. This fucking stupid ass deer. Calm down. Why did they send out the fattest guy on the team? Like, no offense to the homie. Like, this is brave. This is nice to do. But why did they send out the biggest homie they got? This guy looks like a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah, if you want to.
I gotta drag his ass in.
Somebody grab something else before her eyes. We're gonna need something else. Don't let go of her. That's his choice, not mine.
There we go. Listen, man. Who says humanity sucks? Only in Russia. Only in Russia, bro. Fucking slabs built different, man. Slabs built different. Jesus. Bro, it's you. The algorithm is crazy. Now my feed is nothing but animals. Like, what the fuck? I gotta start doing what everybody else does. I gotta start like curating stuff that I want to watch.
2024 was a year of isekai unlike any we've ever had before. From Tensura and Overlord to Sword Art Online and Mushoku Tensei, all the heavy hitters just decided to return at once. Well, fast forward to 2026 and it looks like that same thing is happening again. Overlord and SAO might not be on the menu this time, but now we've got Ascendance of a Bookworm and Shield Hero.
Ascendance of a Bookworm is really good, by the way. I'm actually really excited for that to come back.
So, if you want to know what other great isekai are returning this year, here's 10 to look for.
I prefer shorter videos right now because it's easier to just go over multiple short videos on stream than... Yeah, I mean, the thing is like, there's a lot of, like, the thing is, like, I'm not going to farm drama for the sake of drama, and that's my problem is like I'm supposed to be a commentary channel, but the thing is like I don't want to comment on a lot of stuff that I'm just not that interested in, like all the streamer drama and all the dumb shit going on. Like I just don't care to cover it.
Forward to number 1, ReZero Season 4. With Subaru and his crew returning in only a month and a half, we've got plenty to look forward to in what's said to be the best ReZero has to offer. For those who've read this arc already,
yeah, this is the best arc. Yeah, I would
apparently
agree.
What's coming next is a culmination of everything that makes ReZero great. The narrative and storytelling is captivating, the character development reaches levels beyond anything we've seen so far, and the intensity of the conflict
Shield
is said
Hero
to be
fell
greater
off
than that
from
of
episode
Season
1.
2. I'm sure in between there's plenty of emotional moments too, as according to the synopsis, Season 4 deals with Subaru's attempts to try and save Rem. Yes, I know you know who that is, so don't be going in the comments and spamming who, please, thank you. With her, Julius and Krush all affected by gluttony now, Subaru finds himself seeking an all-seeing, all-knowledgeable being known as Shala.
Yep.
This brings him to the Pleiades Watchtower, the
Yep.
supposed home to this wise man of the desert. The thing about this desert, though, was...
And then we find out some very interesting things about who the wise man is, and then we find out some interesting things about Subaru. Yeah, this is essentially where like the real plot of ReZero kind of kicks off. So if you are a ReZero fan, you're going to be eating pretty good this season.
That it's a place
This is like by far the best arc in the entire manga
so
or light novel
volatile that
series.
not even Reinhardt could conquer it. So, with Subaru taking it on with far less allies than before, I can imagine there's bound to be quite a few hiccups along the way. It certainly won't be like the One Life God run he got to have for the majority of Season 3. Now, this arc is also said to be the most difficult to adapt, mainly due to how meticulously crafted the narrative is. According to those who have read it, apparently it's written in a way that makes it very difficult to translate to the screen. Seeing as how White Fox is fully committed to adapting ReZero all the way through though, I personally think they'll do just fine with it. Plus, you can always come here for that extra cut content too. There has been a bit of speculation that Season 4 won't have enough episodes to cover the entirety of what it has to, but with no reliable source confirming anything, I wouldn't be too concerned until we actually know how many episodes it has.
Yeah,
Number
ReZero's not
2,
for me either, but...
Season 4 of That Time I Reincarnated as a Slime.
Oh god, my fucking... The girl I'm dating loves this fucking show, by the way. I'm gonna have to watch it. I don't want to watch it, but she's gonna want to watch it.
This one should come as no surprise, but what definitely did was the announcement that the entire season was gonna be 60 episodes in total. That's right, for the next 2 years we're gonna be getting more Tensura than we could ever want. Of course, there's gonna be a split between the first 2 cores and the next 3, but starting April, we have at least 24 straight episodes of Rimuru. Now, I know Season 3 hit us with far too many meetings, but I promise the next arcs will be far more entertaining. There's one minor one we'll have to get through before the action starts, but as soon as we enter into the territory of the Hero Awakening arc, that's when you can expect peak slime again. The good old-fashioned politics and war we've come to love from Tensura.
F? What do you mean? Are we good?
3 seasons is probably a lot to
Never seen a
remember
single episode of
considering the
Slime.
first came
It's
out
probably for the
almost
best.
8 years ago, so you can expect me to recap those before the season comes out. As for a brief overview on what
F in chats for feeble. Why did I have to watch this? Why I have to watch this with a incredibly attractive, cute girl that is gonna like completely fall in love with me because I'm gonna watch this with her? Yeah, it's crazy.
This next one will cover, with the Jura Tempest Federation working
Huge
towards
F
a
for me,
world where
guys.
humans and monsters can coexist, a former hero and his granddaughter
Dude, the fact, okay, so like the fact that I'm like one of the biggest isekai haters, right? And that the girl I like, the girl I'm with, like her entire, okay, so she doesn't watch shonen, she hates shonen, she hates like regular anime, she only likes isekai. And she only likes specific isekai that have like world building in it. So like Slime's her favorite, and there's a bunch of other ones. There's one airing like this season I had to watch with her too, and it's fucking horrible. It's so boring, and I have to watch it.
daughter will rise up in
Little bro thinks she's gonna hit it. What? Yeah. Okay.
opposition. Eventually, they'll come to clash with Rimuru, all while Demon Lord Leon starts making some moves himself. So all that is just the first little bit and doesn't even come close to what the full 60 episodes will cover. Just know we've got plenty more to look forward to. At number 3 we have Ascendance of a Bookworm, bringing us a surprising 4th season. This I'm sure you've seen in the seasonal lineup before, but probably haven't watched due to the average looking visuals and non-paragraph length title.
Yeah, but it's good though.
Bookworm has always been a great story, only held back by the animation which was mediocre. That all changes with Season 4 though, since somehow Studio Wit, the powerhouse behind it,
Studio Wit is animating it? What the fuck?
Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, Spy Family,
Okay.
and more, is taking the reins and giving Ascendance of a Bookworm the glow up it deserves.
That's crazy.
I mean, just take a look at the footage of previous seasons, then see how different it is here in this Season 4 trailer. For the scene Studio Wit reanimated, it's literally RTX on and RTX off. So, if you've ever considered giving this show a watch, now is definitely the best time to jump in. The series is actually extremely popular, and I can bet whoever's in charge is going to continue investing more.
I wonder why it's popular, guys. Could it be because it's a little girl? Could it just be that there's a massive large amount of pedophiles in the anime community? Could that be what it is, guys?
And more into it. This current season is expected to be 24 episodes, and it'll cover part 3 of the novels, the arc where she begins her new life as the adopted daughter of the Archduke. This will be out in April as well, joining Tensor, the beginning after the end Season 2.
How?
Actually, maybe not. That is coming out in April, but I think I'd rather talk about the second season for Skeleton Knight in Another World.
Skeleton Knight from Another World's really good.
Morabine, so I feel obligated to include the next best skeleton after him. So this is one of those isekai with a very polarizing reception, since unless you're okay with themes you might have only ever been exposed to in Goblin Slayer, you're probably not going to be okay with this series either.
Yeah.
If you are, then perhaps you'll find enjoyment
yeah, it's pretty dark, but
in the standard isekai
this is like the Epstein Files anime.
Reminiscent of both Overlord and How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. It's kind of like if Vines fully adopted the teachings of Touch Me and decided to be heroic rather than, well, an Overlord. I couldn't tell you if the story is going to be any better than how it was in Season 1, but if you're looking for a classic power fantasy...
There is more Unwanted Undead Adventure coming this new season. Yeah, we definitely need that too. Skeleton Knight is better as a manga? I don't know. The anime was okay.
This will be the one to watch come July. At number 5, we have my most anticipated, Mushoku Tensei Season 3. With this also coming out in July, if ReZero isn't split between the spring and the summer, then in only a few months we'll have Tensura, ReZero, and Mushoku Tensei all airing together. I've already made quite a few videos on this, but I can't stress enough just how much of a treat we're in for with this one. It looks to be covering the next 5 volumes of the novels, meaning we'll be getting one more slice of life arc, then 3 action-packed ones filled with
Yeah, will this be the one where he refights Homeboy, the dragon god?
Tense battles, political conflict, and adventures on a scale similar to that of Season 1. It's no secret now that Eris is returning too, so that's just a matter of when.
Yeah,
and
he's gonna
why.
finish. He's gonna marry her too.
I know we've all been hoping Mushoku Tensei would return to the level of quality it had in Season 1, but unfortunately I don't think that's ever gonna happen. With much of the Season 1 staff having moved on to work on Sentence to be a Hero, it's very unlikely they were working on this series too. Fortunately,
what was wrong with Season 2? I thought it looked fine.
we do have the same director from Season 2 Part 2, so at the very least the quality should be as good as the Labyrinth arc. In any case, in addition to the whole bunch of videos that I've got planned for Mushoku Tensei, I'm also working on a new
Turning Point
project
4
you might
happens
be
this
very
season?
much
Okay.
interested in. Since the Overlord figure is hard stuck in approval with the licensors, I've
Beginning of the end is also better as a manga, isn't it? Well, yeah, no shit. They fucked up the anime.
gone ahead and started to work on a Mushoku Tensei. Number 6. Yojo Senki Season 2.
Yes.
This one came up in my 2024
so excited.
video as well, but
I
as we
fucking
all know,
love
it never came out.
this show.
Fortunately, this time they actually
Although, once again, Sis is gonna be like, yeah, it was better as a manga than an anime. You know what, brother? I would agree with you because I think like the when you see like Tanya the Evil's manga panels and what they look like compared to the anime, it's actually atrocious. And it's not even that the anime is bad looking. It's just that like the manga panels in Saga Tanya the Evil are so fucking insane that it's like I don't think they could ever replicate it in anime anyway. So
confirmed 2026. So unless something
they pretty much had to pick a style and just go with
absolutely catastrophic
So I don't really
happens,
blame them.
there should be no reason why Season 2 doesn't come out this year. As for what to expect, I imagine it'll pick up with Tanya's on.
Yeah, but it does look good. It's just like they have like there's no way to animate. There's no way to properly animate Saga of Tanya the Evil without just picking a style and just adapting everything into that style. I don't want one-to-ones. Okay, hot take here. Anime is not supposed to be a one-to-one of a manga. It's supposed to be the manga plus more, right? You know, look at Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War. Very good. Is it a one-to-one to the manga? Absolutely not. But it's the manga, but in the proper formatting. Like you have to like I don't want anime to be advertisement tools for mangas. I don't like that. The Japanese industry is failing because that's their model. I hate it. That's why you get shit like One Punch Man Season 3. I want adaptations. Adapt the source material. Okay? It doesn't need to be one-to-one, right? The story does, the characters do, the designs do, but like you don't have to recreate every single manga panel one-to-one. You add stuff to it. You adapt it. You put it into the medium of animation where you can do things you can't do in manga panels, right? So
going battle at the Eastern Front.
Case in point, what's like a good example? Not My Hero. I guess My Hero's like an okay example, but Solo Leveling is like a good example of like the anime going a little bit above and beyond what the source material does. But yeah,
that and the recently discovered
there's better examples. I
nationalism.
just can't think of the top of my head.
That's a political ideology Tanya knows she can't get rid of with force, so that and Mary Sue are challenges she'll have to approach a different way. Now, with the director not being the same person who did season...
The other problem with Tanya's manga is that like the art style is so drastically all over the place. Like at some points, the characters don't even look the same. It's a little weird.
One and the movie,
I would say Dandadan's like a good example. I think Dandadan's manga is pretty mid.
Can't confidently say we'll be getting the exact same quality we got 5 years ago. We do, however, have the same chief animation director and character designer, along with the same person responsible for the series' composition and script. That being the case, even if this new director is a little less experienced, I think the team he's surrounded by might be able to make up for that. We'll just have to wait and see once actual footage of Season 2 comes out. At number 7, we have Reincarnated as a Sword Season 2, coming out at the end of the year in October. This may not be at the level of Re:Zero or Mushoku Tensei, but with decent animation and a story that's relatively different, as far as isekai go, it's one of the better ones. It's definitely not a generic slop piece like how the title might make you think. Yes, it is a power fantasy that has many of the standard isekai tropes, but the key difference here is that it's self-aware of that. It takes those tropes and uses them to emphasize what makes being reincarnated as a sword different. Like, you might think the anime focuses on the sword and how he manages his new life as one, but in actuality, the relationships he has as a sword makes you question who the main character even is sometimes. So, by nature, the dynamic that's explored here is something we've never seen before, making it a standout isekai just because of that. As for what the next season will cover, well, it looks to be more slaver hunting. Fran will always make an effort to liberate those who are oppressed just like her, so when confronted by a large-scale slaving operation in a new city, it should come as no surprise that she and her sword will attempt to dismantle it. It's not anything particularly deep, but I don't think that part of the story is why you watch Reincarnated as a sword. No, it's instead for the growth of Fran and the sword enabling it. Number 8 brings us Trapped in a Dating Sim Season 2.
Yes, this is the one I'm most excited about. This is like, this is a sleeper hit that I keep in my pocket, right? When I want to whip out, when I want to whip out how cultured I am, I whip out shows like this. Yeah, this show was really good, like really good. I've been dying for more.
One of the few
so
isekai
happy.
that has mechs in it. The
I'm
reason
so
I'm
happy.
including this and not any other higher rated isekai is because this to me was just entertaining. Sure, the story
is
is
very
okay
entertaining.
and the animation mediocre, but something about this one was just fun. Like, the main character just loves to mess around despite it not even being in
The MC is so good. I love him
best
so
interest
much.
too. This makes what's gonna happen unpredictable, and it's that unexpectedness that makes watching it so enjoyable. Combine that with an absurd setting consisting of sci-fi, fantasy, matriarchal feudalism, and a bit of grimdark, and what you get is a unique blend of elements you can only find here. One our protagonist takes full advantage of. It was in the first season that he wanted nothing more than to live a quiet life as one of the NPCs in the background, but with his knowledge of the game and inability to follow the NPC route, he decides to secure enough power so that he may go back to the NPC route. Season 2 has that goal devolve into something more, as his impact on the world has disrupted how the story is supposed to go. He now finds himself drawn into a conspiracy of sorts.
I love her.
One that looks like it'll be taking center stage next season. Now, if the only thing holding you back from this anime was the animation, then you might be happy to know that we could be in for an upgrade. The Season 2 visual looks far better than the one for Season 1, but I can't confirm whether that's actually the case considering we haven't seen any footage yet. We actually don't even have a proper release date. All we know is that it is coming out this year. These next two aren't yet
so happy. I
confirmed
love
to be
that
coming
show
out
so
in
much.
2026, but considering their recent announcements, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. So, first we have Shield Hero Season 5, the No Man's Sky of Isekai cause it just keeps on going. It seems Katakawa and Crunchyroll are in this one for the long run, which is pretty surprising considering the story isn't even finished. Not only that, it doesn't look like the author has any plans to finish it. The last volume came out in 2019, after which we've gotten nothing. So if the anime really is gonna keep on going, then you gotta wonder where it is they're gonna take it. As for what Season 5 will cover, I can't say I'm all caught up with what's been going on myself, but from what I can tell, it looks like now Fumi will finally be returning to Melromark. Then comes the battle against the Phoenix, the second guardian beast after the Spirit Tortoise of Season 2. So if Season 5 will be adapted anything like how Season 4 was, then I think it's fair to expect another decent installment in the Shield Hero franchise. I definitely think I need to get caught up on it. For those who are, let me know down in the comments if it's worth it.
Nope.
Now, finally at number 10 we have
Hell
Konosuba
yeah.
Season 4. This one's kind of a stretch for 2026 since unless production's already started prior to the announcement, I don't think Studio Drive will be able to get this one out on time. From the announcement of Season 3 to its release in 2024, that took almost 2 years. If we do somehow get it though, then expect a little goddess versus goddess rivalry, then another arc centering around Megumin again. I'll talk more about that once more info is released, but for now I think that's a good starting point. But yeah, that's 10 great isekai.
Fuck yeah. Okay. I gotta convince her to watch those ones instead of the shitty ones she wants to watch. Good times are coming back. Yeah, it's gonna be a good year for anime, I think. Unless everything just drops the ball. But I mean just the start of the year already has been insane, so like just the start's been good, right? So Can only go up, right? Thunderbolt. We could get some new. If we could get some new proper Gundam, that'd be great too. Seeing a Mortal Kombat getting falsely Me Too puts a warm spot in my heart. I mean, I guess if you're like that cringe. You know how you don't get Me Too'd? You just don't engage in degenerate behavior. I know, crazy guys. You guys know how you just don't get Me Too'd? You guys know how you just don't have like all kinds of drama going on with like women and sexual abuse and allegations? Is you just don't engage in degeneracy in the first place. He didn't. Yeah, I know, but that's like the thing is he didn't get Me Too'd. They always sell it to Shield Hero. It's not even remotely the same thing as getting Me Too'd. But I guess if that's what you care about, then I don't know. I'm not a Shield Hero person. I think it's garbage. I'm talking to the wrong person. All right. There will be a Shire. What's Sargon got to say?
Checking things on the back end. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Right. Okay. He's got like 2 million followers. Rupert's 21.5 million views in a day.
Yeah, who cares? I don't know why. Like, I don't know why people like always talking about like we just has 10,000 likes, guys. Like, who cares? Like, what does that have to do with anything? You can bot that shit so easily, and some people just click things just to click. I don't know. I think I might play some games in a bit, but let's see if there's like anything else I can react to. It's actually been kind of drama free this weekend. I ain't gonna lie, it's actually kind of crazy. Pretty drama free. Built a dog catapult. Jesus Christ. What is this? Reincarnate is yeah, that's a good show. Yeah,
Black History Month.
That's right. Oh, it's my favorite month of the year.
Party. It's a party. Party.
4 days in.
Party.
Every night's
cool.
a party. Black History
Month. A party.
You ever have a 40? A 40 what? A 40 ounce? A 40 ounce,
No.
yeah. Have you ever? I've never had a full one myself, but I think I've sipped one before. But that's about
so
it.
fucking disgusting.
We should get some for Black History Month. They're not good. It's not ideal.
No, you want to say it? It's
if you're gonna
5
drink,
hour energy
it's
shot.
not ideal. What are these guys drinking for then?
I don't know.
It's
To
not
torture
good.
themselves.
Is it just cheap? It must be just the
It's
champagne
cheap.
of beers.
It's really not cheap. Steel Reserve 40s are, though. Yeah, they're fucking disgusting. The plastic
not
bottle,
good?
the plastic bottle one is insanity.
Famous for the brown bag. Whoa.
Edward
That
40
shit's
hands.
gross.
Yeah, I never played it, but I've seen kids.
I
suck
played
it
it
before.
college.
It's fucking really hard.
And it's not like Miller High Life or something?
It could be.
It sort of is. It's not
Can you see if it
exactly
make-
a beer. Isn't it a malt?
It's always a malt liquor.
Yeah, it's not exactly beer, but it doesn't taste that far off from it, from my recollection.
Colt 45. I think I did it with Colts. Is there a Miller High Life 45 I think I did mine with Coors Light.
But the taste, though, is Miller High Life. I like Miller High Life. It's good.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
It's
Is
not
that,
so
is that a
bad.
bad take?
Sam Hyde reminds me of my fucking brother. If I showed you a picture of my brother, he looks like Sam Hyde. It's actually kind of funny. And he talks like him too. He acts like him too. My older brother. It's funny. That's why I like Sam. Also, he's a New England boy. What's Ibrahim got?
1950s, Syria, Egypt, Lebanon, wherever, and even before into the 1800s. What you're going to see is Muslims trying so hard to look Western and act Western. Okay, so it's the exact opposite.
Ibrahim's pretty based. You guys should check him out if you want to do some Christian breakdowns. I don't think there's much to react to. I might just play some games. To be honest, there doesn't look like there's much going on here.
Doesn't look like there is much going on. This was funny.
There isn't rights at all. From your view, rights are a social construct, aren't they?
I mean, rights are whoever is able to enforce them.
That's right. So it's a social construct. Do you believe in objective truth?
No.
So I can't believe anything you say, and you don't believe that there's any such thing as rights, but it's wrong for me to do something bad to you even though there's no moral facts. Ingenious. This is your opposition, ladies and gentlemen. These are the communists who are taking over academia and teaching your kids. What's in dispute here is not whether or not you can craft societies in which men grant women rights. Because I would argue that obviously we can see societies right this second. We live in one where men grant women rights.
God, I don't want to interrupt you, but God grants the rights in our society.
Oh, yeah, does he?
Well, that's what the Constitution says.
Well, the Constitution operates on
Ian's
the
so fucking
axiom
dumb.
that all men are created equal under God.
God bless Ian.
Right? This is axiomatic.
Bless his soul.
Not saying I don't think it's grounded, and I don't think it's well philosophically grounded. While I, as a Christian, would argue that there's some positive rights, or at least could argue that there's positive rights. From her view, there isn't rights at all. From your view, rights are a social construct, aren't they?
I mean, rights are whoever is able to enforce them.
That's right. So it's a social construct.
But I don't even really dispute with you with the force thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
who determines a
Could you fix
right?
her,
Is
chat?
that by
Chat, could you
divine
fix
right,
her?
by God or whatever? But like, as far
Yeah,
as
well,
like
they're
the
just-
practical reality
well,
of
hang on,
like
let
who
me
can
ask you
enforce
this.
their rights,
Just-
that really comes down to
I
force.
just want to make sure we get
I'd
this
have to see
clear.
what she looks like without
Is
makeup.
a right a social
I feel like
construction
without
from your
makeup,
view?
she's a 3 out
We
of
make
10.
it up.
Mm,
And then we have guns and say, do it or else. Or these people are allowed to do it or else.
there's something about my answer intuitively that wants to say no. I don't believe it's just like a social thing or a social
Well, what would you
phenomenon
ground
or
it in?
construct. I don't know, not divine command theory though, so,
So
I'm not sure.
So you can't ground it in anything, can you?
I guess not. No.
Yeah, because you just make them the up, don't you?
What do you ground it in?
Well, I ground it in God, but I have a different worldview than you. And when we're debating this, we're debating it from the prism of our worldview. While I, as the Christian, might be able to grant that there are rights, why should I ever grant them to you, commie? You don't believe in them at all. From your view, if I take away all of your rights, we just made them the up anyway.
I feel like it's a highly reductive way to characterize my arguments.
I'm sorry you
but,
feel that way, but how is it not the case that from your view, we just made them the up? They're not grounded in anything, and if I take them away, how's that even immoral?
You conceive of these things and look at them through lenses that I just don't find useful, or I have not thought to do so.
From the Marxist lens?
They could be useful. No, I'm saying from a Marxist materialist lens, yes. But like, I mean, my general opinion on rights is that they're useless if you only have them de jure, but you don't actually have a way to enforce them. Or similarly, it is, I wouldn't say equally as futile, but it's also a precarious position to be in where you can enforce your rights, but you have not actually secured the legal protections and the de jure actually gotten them ensconced in writing in a constitution, et cetera.
But how is it not the weakest sand on earth to say that we need to enforce these rights that I just made the up? Because they're not grounded in anything. I just made them up.
And you think that them being grounded in God makes it more
Well,
superior?
I think that the only argument that you can give to men, the benevolency of the patriarchy, is the entire appeal from people with your worldview is to appeal to us and our view, who believe in rights because of God, and say to us, don't we deserve them too, even though we don't actually even share the view? To which I tell Christians, no, give them nothing, because they're appealing to your benevolence, and they should beg for you to be as benevolent as you are, because from their worldview, they have nothing to ground it in. Like you said, you have nothing to ground it in. You just made them up. Why should I believe them? Why should I believe that you have a right to do anything? You don't even believe you have a right to do anything.
Why should I believe in like divine command theory and that because God says it is, then it is?
That's the beautiful part of the argument. You don't. Because if we're operating off of your
No, but
view,
why should I?
I'm just gonna grant that it's false. Who cares? If we're both building it off of a house of sand, and I just made up divine command theory, and you just which, by the way, I don't believe in divine command theory, but if I did,
I'm sorry.
Okay, if I just grant that I made it up, it doesn't help your position a bit.
What is divine command theory?
It only helps my position. Hang on a second, Ian. 1 second. It only helps my position Sure, I made the whole thing up. How's that helpful to you?
Well, I'm asking, how do you intend to spread this to people that don't believe in your worldview?
By the way, he's not even debating here. He's the moderator. So the other lady is the other lady who was fucking, bro. This is why women have no place in this fucking. I don't care. Call me a misogynist. I don't like just such a. It means nothing to me because I date women and I'm actively currently dating a woman and like we have no problem interacting and she's very feminine and it's great and we both are having a good time, right? Which is beyond the point. It's just like it's so nonsensical to me when people say shit like it. But it's like bro, these women are retarded. They're fucking retarded. They have no place being here. They don't actually think. They don't think for themselves. They regurgitate things. This chick's a fucking destiny orbiter. The other chick probably just like orbits like right-wing culture stuff and just regurgitates what she sees men say, because like this lady was getting cooked so bad by the commie girl. To the commie girl's credit, the commie girl was actually cooking the other girl so hard, she was just fucking up the debate that Andrew had to step in to debate this girl for her and make her look bad
with this argument. Because you're going to have to appeal. You're going to have to appeal to my worldview, whether it's true or not, because it's the only one, right? Which I'm going to postulate. I'm going to ground rights in. You just got done saying rights are not grounded in anything. So if that's the case, fine. I lied and made the whole thing up. But rights aren't grounded in anything anyway, so it doesn't help you a bit. If I take them away.
But you think they're grounded in the divinity, so I'm saying that a lot of people.
So you're appealing to my view again?
Yes, I'm appealing to your to your view. And in a world that's increasingly secular, how do you intend to persuade people? Do you think that Christians ought to be using force or persuasion?
What do you?
How is the world? How do they get away with saying the world is secular? There's 2 billion Christians worldwide. There's 2 billion Christians. How do you say that the world is getting more secular? It's just a non sequitur. The reality is that atheists and secular people are the minority, but we've given them all the keys to the castle for some reason, just because out of benevolence and just out of stupidity. This is my problem. This is my problem with like sewing circle Christians. It's like you guys are not supposed to be nice to the people that want to kill you, and destroy everything you are. Like. You're not supposed to be nice to them. You're not supposed to kill them, but you're not supposed to be nice to them. You can turn the other cheek. That doesn't mean like you bend over backwards and let them fucking rob you blind. And I just don't. You don't let them tread all over the Bible and the gospel. You don't let them tread all over Jesus. You don't let them tread all over God. You don't allow them to do that, right? That's not being nice. Like, I don't know. I think these people need to like actually interpret the Bible better or get the problem is these people don't go to church. They don't have a spiritual father. They don't have any guidance, and they just think like, well, Jesus said be nice to people, so that's what I'm going to do. It's like, no, man, do you understand the context of what he's saying? Like, you got to look at the context, like who is he speaking to? What is happening at that time? Why is he saying this? Like, the context matters in every single proverb and everything he says. Like, you have to understand the context, right? It's not just be nice generally to everybody. I just,
what do you?
This is how we end up in situations like we're in.
I'm sorry.
Where we have secular atheist communists basically like running the country at this point. I mean, we elected a literal communist for New York mayor. Like, what are we doing, guys? He's actually like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. Like, you're not called to be a doormat. That's not what you're called to be, right? The thing is, it's like, here's the reality. If things did escalate into violence, right, and there was like a Christian, like a crusade was called, for example, and inevitably at the end of the day, what would happen is like we would fight. Let's just say the Christians win. Let's just assume they win, right? We fight, we win. You know what happens? We don't go out and mass execute you, right? We turn the other cheek. It's like, hey, this is over. This is how we had to settle this. It's unfortunate, but like now we need to come together. yada yada yada. Like that's the difference. But the difference is that the communist one, we'd all be getting put in the fucking gas chambers. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between the Christian version of empathy and being nice versus what most people do, atheists and secularists. This is what most people would do, right? Like they win a battle and then they execute everybody. Christians don't do that. That's not what they're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to then, turn the other cheek and, feed your enemy, right?
Me? Why do I need to do anything when the view of my opposition is that they have no rights, can't ground them
I'm
in
not
any...
saying that you need to do it. I'm asking you
Yeah,
how
right.
you intend to.
This is how I intend to do it, by pointing out that you live in your whole house is built...
It just drives me nuts, man, because like you got people like Andrew who's like, but he's literally on the front lines of a culture war, if not a straight out spiritual battle, debating these people, engaging with them, shutting down all their ideas, crushing them utterly, and exposing how stupid they are, right? He argues people in their own worldview, right? That's why he's so genius, right? He doesn't argue from his own worldview. He argues from his opponent's worldview. So he steelmans his opponent's worldview for them, and then he argues with them through their own worldview to expose the hypocrisy, the lies, and just how weak their arguments actually are. And they don't know how to deal with it, right? And it's genius, but you have fucking sewing circle Christians that will denounce him and attack him. Oh, you smoke cigarettes. Who the fuck cares? Oh, you curse too much. Who the fuck cares? Shut up. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I mean, like, there's Christians being fucking killed in fucking Syria and Iran and shit, and like you don't lift a finger, you don't say anything. Being killed and persecuted by Muslims, you don't say a fucking word against them, right? You don't push back against them. You just let them take everything. Like they want to kill you. Why would you do that? Like, how does that benefit anybody? How are you being nice? How are you benefiting your neighbors? How are you being a benefit to society when you're letting literal evil rot and decay your social infrastructure, and you're letting people whose religion is a heretical, bastardized version of your own take over and basically just do everything antithetical to the Bible? Like, it's so fucking stupid.
On sand.
Persuasion.
And you have to
Over force?
literally appeal to me. Well, even if I used force, you have no appeal against that. Nothing's grounded in anything. It's just all made the up.
Sure, yeah. I guess I sleep fine at night knowing this or whatever. I guess I would consider I'm like a moral anti-realist. I don't believe in these sorts of like.
And that's why you have to. And you guys always have to appeal, you moral anti-realist, to moral realists who believe in moral facts, because that's what prevents us from all of you.
But to answer your question,
but hang on. Isn't that true? That what prevents us from all of you is you're appealing to our benevolence as moral realists.
You mean Christians? What prevents Christians from everybody else?
Yeah.
I don't believe so, but okay.
Yeah, they're not appealing to their Christianity and Christian ethics to just not go ahead and enslave all women.
No, I don't think so. No.
Why not?
Because I don't think that has necessarily been the basis for people arguing for equality or whatever. I don't think that you're presupposing that it's always been. Yeah,
Muslims don't completely enslave women. All the women in Middle Eastern countries aren't completely basically enslaved to men. Yeah. So really, we're gonna argue that?
Never seen
by virtue of like appealing to Christian benevolence, ethics, etc.
Never seen any appeal that was not dogmatic and religious for why women have rights ever in all of human history. They always appeal to a God. They always appeal to a higher power. They always appeal to something external to them. You just got done saying it's not grounded in anything. You made it the up. If it's completely made up, it's not grounded in nothing, then you're appealing to Christians and Christian benevolence and their view. Even if it's not true, you're appealing to their view that they believe it's true, to not just stuff you in a cage. And if you said that's wrong and they asked you why is it wrong, you'd have to say, I don't know. It's not grounded in anything. I just made it up. And that's the most persuasive argument on planet Earth, in my opinion.
I think that the founding fathers sat around and had this conversation, and they're like, look, we know through all human history, rights were dictated by who had the guns, who had the strength. We have to change that because it constantly...
All right, Ian, stop talking. Holy fuck, man. That dude is like, that guy is soy coated, man. Soy coated, man. Holy fuck. Somebody help him.
Karens, we've all seen them. Whether they're yelling at black children to get out of the park.
Central Park. There's an African-American man threatening my life.
Or screaming at ICE agents.
I said go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Or requesting the manager at a restaurant because their food wasn't cooked the way they wanted it after they cleared the entire plate.
They keep the premises and they go to jail.
seatbelt and you're going to leave.
The internet can't get enough of Karens. But you want to know who's been dealing with Karens the longest? Yeah, bitter ex-husbands have, but besides them, the police. The police have been dealing with Karens far longer than just about anybody else. Which brings us to today's video of this handsome, mustachioed sheriff's deputy just doing a report. When a Karen decides to come up and try and ruin his day and belittle him and act like he's an aggressor by just sitting there typing up a report. With millions of Karen videos out there in the world, why am I sharing this one with you? Well, because I think it shows a very good depiction of how Karens act to police officers. There's a lot of boxes that get checked in the ultimate Karening that officers receive just from this one video with this one said Karen. There's like 6 or 7, 8 Karen-esque moves that she tries to use to intimidate or belittle this fantastic, handsome, mustachioed officer. And it'll show you exactly what police officers have to deal with when interacting with somebody from the public who some might call mentally retarded. So
he's gassing this up so much. It's going to be a video of him, bro.
But before we break down this Karen, this condescending, virtue-signaling Karen, only imagine that has blue hair and a septum piercing. Let's start it off.
What are you doing?
Oh wait, we see her face. Oh, it's in the glass. Oh God. Oh, she's got short hair and she's got like a frumpy chin. Look at her. No, that's the face of a Karen right there. Just I'm already irritated. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm already irritated.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you here? Normal questions that people might ask an officer, oh, what's going on over here? But you could already tell by the tone of said Karen, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here?
Why are you here?
What are you doing here? Why are you here?
Ooh, that's a beautiful man. Hold up. Damn, bro. Yo, bro, it's clean as fuck. Yeah, he wasn't lying, man. He said this guy was a beautiful mustached man.
Sorry, I'm already irritated.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Why are you here? Normal questions that people might ask an officer, what's going on over here? You could already tell by the tone of said Karen, what are you doing here?
What am I?
Look at that guy. Damn, that's a beautiful boy right there.
Why are you here?
What are you doing here? Why are you here? Man.
What are you doing here? Well, I'm a police officer. So, yeah, I'm patrolling, which is my job.
I'm in a cop car. I'm policing. I'm doing the thing that you pay me for.
I was just doing a collision report, ma'am.
Okay.
Are you guys going to be here much longer?
He gives you your answer. I'm writing a collision report. No big deal.
What?
Whatever. Are you guys going to be here much longer? What business is it of yours? Huh? What business is it of yours, lady? What if I said there's a dead body? Oh, how fast you going to hurry this up? What do you got? You need a ride somewhere? You need me to pick you up and take you somewhere? I'm here until the job gets done. And I'll be damned if I know when that is sometimes. Especially when I get dummies coming up to my window berating me about stupid bullshit. I'm guessing divorced. I'm already guessing she's divorced.
Until I'm done doing my job.
Because one of the teachers, when I dropped off over there, said y'all been circling since about 8.
Boom! Right away! This officer knows. Ah, great. This is somebody that doesn't want me here. It's not these questions of what are you doing here, how long you gonna be here. They don't matter because she doesn't want me here, period. These questions are dumb. She just asks them to hurry up and get to the point of, you don't belong here, you need to get out of here now. And you're gonna see this with Karens. They don't say, I don't want you here, though some of them might. Good on them. No, they'll use somebody else that's not in the conversation. The teacher over there that I talked to said, you've been circling around here since 8 a.m. And
so, even if he was, so, like, are you got a guilty conscience? You trying to hide something? Like,
what if I was? It's a school. 8 a.m. is like drop-off time. Probably want to be around there so then no kids get run over by cars. Make sure that everybody's going the speed limit. Making sure that Jimmy and Johnny don't get run over by some Chevy Tahoe some dumb Karen's driving, but she's too distracted by texting on her phone anti-ice tweets.
Okay, well, I'm just doing my job, so the quicker I do
Your
my
job
job...
at the elementary school since about 8 a.m.?
Yes, my job at the elementary school since 8 a.m. My job in your county, town, village, wherever. Yes, I circle the entire area of my operations, which is the town village that we live in, lady. And an important part of that town is where the kids are, to make sure they're safe. So yeah, I will do laps around this school to make sure the kids are safe. Is that upsetting to you? Do you not want me protecting the children? Isn't that what you want? You don't want me out there assisting ICE in deporting people. You want me here helping the children, right? Karen?
I wasn't here.
There was a collision here at the elementary school.
You have a good day.
I love this too. So there was a collision here. It's none of your business. I don't have to answer your question. You're not involved in the accident. I don't have to answer your question. If you have a question for me outside of this incident, I'll gladly assist you, ma'am. Do you have another question for me, or do you just want to berate me with some nonsense? Okay.
I'm gonna continue to do my
You
job.
work for us, and you're scaring these families.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You work for us. Yeah, that's why I'm out here parked in front of his school, trying to make sure the kids are safe. That's why I responded to a vehicle collision,
Brian.
so I could write down the collision, ticket whoever it was driving unsafely, or just pass it on so that information can go to insurance peoples. And how am I scaring the children? This is when I ask questions with them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a gabber. Oh, we're scaring the children? How? How am I specifically scaring the children? By existing? Are there other people in the population that scare people just by existing? You homophobe? You racist, bigoted? That's how I would turn it on her. I'd be like, oh, so just by existing, I'm evil and bad. Are there any other people that fit that category for you, ma'am?
You should probably go do your job where your job lives.
Okay. Hey, you need to do your job where your job lives. Where does my job live? Can you explain that? Do your job where your job lives. Oh, you can tell she was so. Do your job where your job lives. Oh yeah, big strong Karen. He's doing his job. There's a vehicle accident. He's writing a report.
She's not Asian.
That's where his job lives. His job lives where vehicles collide, ma'am. His job lives where children need assistance to make sure they don't get run over.
It's not Asian. It's always white women.
By dumb drivers. His job exists literally everywhere in that community that he serves. I'd love for her to explain. This is another, I just love asking him questions. Where my job exists, what does that mean? Explain that to me. Boop, boop. Turn it on my body cam for this interaction.
Because I don't see that it needs to be right here all morning.
I don't see why it needs to be here all morning. Well, you don't see anything. You didn't see the collision.
I'm gonna explain something. The person that I was just working with left approximately 5 minutes ago. This was a collision report for them. I'm doing my job. I gave them all their information.
Can you maybe, like for a second, acknowledge that you could be a really upsetting sight for people right now?
Oh fuck! I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Okay. All right, lady.
Do you acknowledge this? Oh, you see, it's not about being here.
Okay.
It's not about whatever the bullshit is. It's she wants to virtue signal. Hey, I need you to tell me that you're a bad person, that you upset people. I need you to tell it to me. Do you acknowledge that? What psycho narcissistic moron is like, I need to go up to everybody and have them acknowledge the wrongs that they've done in the world, but not me. I am perfect. I am immaculate Karen. Karen of the Chevy Tahoes, the BMWs, with Starbucks in hand. Glory be to the crop cut, to too much beaded jewelry, and to a narcissistic downgrading tone. Just, oh my God. Get off the cross, Karen, we need the wood. All right, the brainwashing. Can you just acknowledge, what does that mean? Who am I intimidating? I'm sitting here in my car. How is sitting in a car intimidating? Explain. Once again, this is where I love talking to people. Oh, wow. Explain how I'm doing that right now. My presence? Are there any people's presence who would make just by existing again? Racist idiot.
I'm just doing my job.
I get it. I get it. But like for us to be able to collaborate with y'all at all going forward.
But like for us able to collaborate with y'all.
Oh, I'm too tired for this. I don't know what is she saying?
At all going forward? What a word salad. Well, you're not collaborating with me. You just told me to leave. You said I just scare people by existing. Get the out of here. Can you just admit we can't collaborate with us for you and I for me at all? Can you admit for that? How much paint have you been snorting? How many times have you been in an Asian nail salon just snorting fumes off your fingertips?
You're gonna have to show us some humanity. You're gonna have to show us that you understand the circumstances and the feelings that you evoke.
You gotta understand.
Lady, he's not ICE. he's literally just a fucking deputy. He's just patrolling. He's just doing like he wasn't even there. He just showed up to write the report. Probably because the guy was probably was a sergeant or something that told him to. Like, what are you doing, lady? Like, you're so brave. Wow, stunning, brave. Wow.
And the circumstances and feelings you evoke. Once again, what are we talking about? Explain this to me. What brought on this confrontation where she's like, I have to go talk to him now? Like, I feel like, and I don't know for a fact, but I'm betting heavy considering it's so nice outside there. I'm betting that she's upset about that happened in Indianapolis, but this is probably San Diego, 1,000 miles away. I see all of you as the same. You're all the same. All cops are the same, and they're all intimidating bad things. Replace that with any race. How you doing now, Karen? You see how your words might be a little bigoted and dumb? Insufferable. This guy needs a medal for being such an angel.
Because, like, it would be so rad to feel like you're here for us.
It'd be so rad to feel like you're here for us? Oh, you mean like responding to a vehicle collision where I was asked to be here, or patrolling at 8 in the morning around a school where there's heavy traffic and making sure the kids get off of their vehicles safely into the school and not run over by a car? Like that? Would that be rad? Would that be so rad, bruh? Oh, bruh, would it be so rad if you let me do my job without, like, I don't know, some dumb bimbo bitch totally stepping on my dick, bruh? Oh, rad. Radical, dude. Maybe if you just like step down from like your high pedestal surrounded by rainbow dildos and just like, I don't know, took a breath of fresh air and touched grass, you wouldn't be such a dumb bruh.
It would be so rad to feel like you guys get it and understand that you are actually the defending line between us and the fascism.
Okay, yeah, we are.
Oh, no, not the fascism. Not the fascism, oh no. Oh no, guys, not the fascism. Oh no. Oh no. She realizes that, like, in a fascist country, she wouldn't be able to even approach the police, right? She wouldn't even have a conversation with them. He would have, if this was World War II Germany and that was like Gestapo, that guy would have got out of his fucking vehicle, beat the shit out of her with a fucking club, then probably shot her in the head and then went and buried her body somewhere. Like, lady, you live in the best spawn location on the face of the earth. Shut the fuck up.
Are the defending line between you and fascism, but like, I don't know, you're kind of just coming up here and bullying me like a fascist, demanding that I say things that I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Are you high? Oh my God, is she high? You need a DRE, a DRE, drug recognition expert. I want to check this Karen's pupils and make sure she's not driving around high in a school zone. Ma'am, have you smoked marijuana today? Are you driving impaired? I'm gonna need you to step over to the sidewalk real quick.
But until, like, that's overt, that's overt that you're part of our community.
Okay. Oh gosh, she's getting emotional now.
Well, ma'am,
then I don't think you should be lingering
with
here.
Absolutely all due respect, I'm not going to continue to go back and forth.
Lingering? He's doing his job. But listen, this is the thing with the Karen, right? You can't talk sense to him. What are you doing here? I'm writing a report. You're lingering here. I haven't finished writing the report. I need to finish writing the report. I'm obviously not lingering, but common sense ain't so common in a Karen. Put that on a shirt.
I'm going to try to finish my job as fast as possible. Okay. Okay? Keep in mind that you are cussing. We are in front of a school. So please just keep that in mind, okay?
I'll give you that. That's fair.
I'll give you that. That's fair. I need you to be a part of the community. I need you to acknowledge that you're a piece of shit. Oh, I'm the one swearing in front of a school, causing a scene. Oh, that's fair. Yeah. A moment of humility. A moment.
Okay, so the quicker I get this done, I can leave, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not really not trying to bother you,
really be thinking about these kids and these moms.
Look, I get it, ma'am.
You know what moms are going through right now, right?
I don't know. I have no idea what moms are going through right now. What are they going through?
What are they
Why
going
are you
through?
just assuming that I know everything going on in your mind? This is a helicopter mom, if it's a mom. I don't even know if it's a mom. This could just be a random stranger. Probably is a mom.
I hope it's not a mom.
I drop little Jimmy off to school, and I've watched the news so much that I'm afraid that just people are gonna come out of helicopters in masks and soup up all the children, like in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You can just tell that this person watches one brand of news and does not think outside the box. Every crisis on the news is a crisis for this Karen, wherever she lives. You guys remember like in the early thousands when it was like, was it Burma? Was it like everybody was talking about like free Burma or something like that? It wasn't free Tibet. And just the whole world, all of the United States was, can you believe what's going on in Burma? We need I forget what it was. It was some country in Middle Asia. Yeah, but then like, I don't know, like 8 months later, nobody gave a shit. You know, the news cycle moved on to the next thing. Yeah. That's this woman, is every 6 months when the news cycle moves on to the next thing, she's freaking out.
Yep, it's kind of like the Epstein files. People just don't care now. Now people are right back to supporting the very people that are in the files implicated as co-conspirators. Okay, we're just right back to normal.
About that next thing. Instead of being like, does that thing actually affect me? Gosh, what was that? What was the country in the early 2000s? It was, I think it was Burma.
I do understand that, but let me just please, I'll get this out of the way and I'll be out of everyone's hair,
I sure would appreciate that.
Yep, you have a good rest of your day, okay?
You too.
I gotta give it up to this guy. POB. POB for this outstanding officer. If you know who this officer is, you get a hold of me. You have him get a hold of me. He's getting a POB. You know why? Because you're a freaking saint. So here, this is for you, my fantastic mustachioed sheriff's deputy. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now, if you know anybody that's done such a fantastic job like this, beautiful sheriff's deputy, then get them a POB. Sure, a pat on the back action. Let them know that you care. All right, if somebody else deserves a POB, go ahead, write them down in the comments. Best way to support.
Oh, God. Fucking. Dude, I don't think I can handle a conversation like that. I would lose. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait, can I watch this? Because, guys, you want to watch this on stream? Wait, how do I make a video out of this? Wait, Skybrow's content is the only way I'm relevant. I have to turn this into a video. All right, guys, I'm gonna fake react to this video afterwards. We'll watch this on stream together. You want to watch it on stream, or do you want me to do a video? Which one you want? I can't do both. I don't want to do like the cringe thing where like I talk like I'm making a video on stream and then I record it. You guys want the Skybrow's reaction now, live? Is anybody here? Am I talking to myself? Beep boop, beep boop. Do a video. Okay. Yeah, because the videos are how I farm people. So maybe we should wait. But oh my God, I was waiting for this. All right, we'll watch it later. I'll make a video on it later. God. But yeah, new Skybrow's video just dropped. Go check it out. It's the Pippa video. Been waiting for it. All right. What else we got? Anything good? Otherwise, I'm gonna go play games. Is this him talking to himself?
It's that. My just. Yep.
Okay. Oh, sometimes. Oh, okay. Okay, it's the other Eli. Okay, I thought he was talking to himself. I did a video where he talked to himself. I was so confused. I'm gonna roll out for now. Yeah, go watch the Skybrow's video. I know y'all want to go watch the Skybrow's video. Nobody wants to watch my content. I know it's boring. Just end the stream and go do the video. All right, you know what? Fuck you guys.